Alright. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about something that may ruffle a few feathers in the music world. You don't need music theory to write a song, or even a great song for that matter. Now, there's tons of musicians and artists that just haven't even learned music theory until they're like way into their career or adulthood. And honestly, sometimes that spikes more creativity because you're not caged in this little system of like, oh, that's wrong, oh, that's right. And honestly, for me personally, it unlocked something more of like feel. Now, I did take lessons growing up, and I was a little bit stubborn because mostly I just wanted to play power chords and riffs and stuff like that. And my teacher would always try to get me into the A minor pentatonic scale, doing scales and all of that extra stuff, which I learned a bit of, but was too stubborn, wouldn't practice them all. So I don't have a full base knowledge of music theory, but I know a tad bit. And also been on and off through the years, so that changes like a lot. You forget so much, you remember so much. You know, it's sometimes I'll remember something from 7th grade while I'm randomly going on my guitar. But even someone like Kurt Cobain or Slash even was like, they didn't know much of any music theory, and then they also took lessons way later on in life when they were way older too. Well, at least Slash did. Kurt didn't really have that opportunity. So the one day I'm in one of my phases of Dance Gavin Dance, listening to them, and I wanted to learn this one song. And as I'm looking it up, one of the chords is this guy right here. Now, basically, this is really just a power chord, which is your first finger on that top string, skip a fret in between, and then your other finger on that next fret. So we're doing 3 and 5 right here, and just one string down. So this is a power chord. And then what we're doing is, instead of hitting the next string with my ring finger, which would make this sound, I'm lifting that up and putting my middle finger on that middle fret. I love the sound of this chord. Distorted sounds even better. Now, I don't know fully what this chord is called whenever you add that there, but what I do know is that chord was enough to spark a whole song for me. Sometimes if I hear just one simple chord, I can just build off that. And honestly, I can't stop. Like, it just goes. All I know is when I had this kind of like sad but dreamy but hopeful like sound, it was just amazing, and I just built off it. And at the same time, I was into that whole like math rock genre type stuff, and I really wanted to write something, and that's how I came up with this. Now, that's also where the whole feel aspect comes into play, where I came up with like the rest of that. Where's my pick here? That was honestly all completely feel. I played the first chord and just slid right into it. It just naturally happened. And I think that is a little bit from back and forth with the theory and the feel combined. Because I knew where to go with those notes there, but at the same time, probably would have found it anyways because it just came out of me. Now, don't get me wrong, music theory is a really good tool, but it's not a requirement to be creative. Now, when I got the feel for that song and just made the rest of it quickly through feel, that's the real spark right there. I didn't feel limited to where I should and can't go, and that's just music. So if you ever feel like you can't write music because you don't know theory, just forget that. All you have to do is pick up your instrument, let your ears guide you, and I'm pretty sure you'll come up with something great. I still don't know the name of this chord. that's all I got for today. If you guys have ever stumbled across a chord or just write music just by feel or something like that, or even both, that and theory, let me know in the comments down below. If you see this, like, subscribe, share with a friend. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.